In a small mountain village wrapped in fog and silence, there lived a humble woodcutter named Elias. Every morning before dawn, he would rise, light his lantern, and venture deep into the forest with his axe slung over his shoulder. He was not rich, but his heart was full of gratitude for his small cabin, his loving wife, and his little daughter Anna. Life was simple, but beautiful. He had only one rule for himself: never let greed or guilt drive your actions, for both can destroy what patience could have healed. But one fateful day, Elias forgot his own wisdom. It was early winter. The wind howled through the trees and the snow lay thick upon the ground. Elias had promised Anna he would bring home her favorite fruit, a red apple from the market across the valley. But after a long day cutting wood, he realized he had spent all his coins on repairing his broken cart. When he reached the market and saw the bright red apples gleaming in the basket of a merchant, he felt a pang of guilt. His little girl had been waiting all week. The merchant had packed up for the day and walked away to fetch his horse. Elias looked around. No one was watching. His heart pounded. "It's just one apple," he whispered to himself. "For my daughter." He picked up a single apple and tucked it beneath his coat. But the moment he turned, a hand gripped his shoulder. It was the merchant. His face was stern, disappointed rather than angry. "A thief in my village?" he said. Elias froze. Shame burned through him. The merchant sighed. "I would have given it to you, Elias, but stealing, it stains your name." He didn't shout. He didn't punish. He simply walked away, leaving Elias standing in the snow with the apple heavy in his palm and guilt heavier in his heart. Elias could not sleep that night. His wife noticed his silence, his uneaten supper. "What's wrong?" she asked, but he just shook his head. The next morning, he made a decision that would change his life forever. He decided he must repay the merchant, not just with one apple, but with an entire basket of them. "I'll prove I'm not a thief," he told himself. "I'll fix my mistake." And so he started working day and night. He cut more wood than ever before, taking on extra jobs, hauling stones, mending roofs, anything to earn enough to buy a whole orchard's worth of apples. His hands blistered, his back ached, but he didn't stop. He stopped laughing with his daughter, stopped sitting with his wife by the fire. His eyes were fixed only on that one goal: to erase his mistake. He thought if he could just make it right, he would be free. Weeks turned into months. The snow melted, the flowers bloomed, and the merchant long forgot about the incident. But Elias hadn't. The more he worked, the more he punished himself. "Just one more load," he'd say. "Just one more day." His wife begged him to rest. "You've done enough," she said. "The man has forgiven you." But Elias refused to believe her. "Forgiveness means nothing if I haven't forgiven myself," he muttered. One evening, while hauling logs down the mountain, Elias noticed the sky darkening with storm clouds. The wind picked up, biting and cold, but he didn't stop. He had one last delivery to make before he could finally afford the apples. He lashed the logs to his cart and began his descent. Halfway down, the slope turned icy. His horse stumbled. The cart slid sideways. Elias leapt forward to steady it, but the weight was too much. The logs rolled loose, crashing down the hill like thunder. He screamed as one struck him, sending him tumbling into the snow. When he woke, his leg was broken. The cart was shattered. His hard-earned wood gone. He lay there helpless, watching the storm close in around him. Hours passed before a villager found him and carried him home. His wife wept when she saw him. His daughter, clutching her little doll, whispered, "Papa, you don't need to bring me apples. I just want you." For the first time, Elias realized what he had done. In trying to fix one small mistake, he had lost everything that truly mattered: his peace, his time, his health, his family's joy. The merchant had forgotten, the world had moved on, but Elias had chained himself to guilt. He thought of that single apple, now shriveled and gone, and laughed bitterly through his tears. "All this," he murmured, "for one fruit." The following spring, when he could walk again, Elias went to the market and found the same merchant. He handed him a single silver coin and said softly, "For the apple I took." The merchant smiled. "I told you long ago, Elias, you were forgiven." Elias nodded. "I know, but I wasn't." The merchant placed the coin back into his hand. "Then forgive yourself. The cost of one mistake should never be your whole life." That day, Elias went home and planted an apple seed near his cabin. "For Anna," he said, "so she'll always have apples." and so I'll always remember. Years later, that tree grew tall and strong, its branches heavy with red fruit. And every season, Elias would sit beneath it with his daughter, telling her the story of the apple he once took, and the lesson it taught him. He would end every story the same way. My child, we all make mistakes. But don't spend your life trying to fix one moment by breaking every other. Some mistakes can be forgiven, some cannot, but none are worth losing your peace over. If you drop one apple, don't burn the orchard to find it again. Dear listener, as you finish this story, remember, guilt is heavy, but wisdom is light. Learn from your past, but don't let it destroy your future. Forgive yourself, grow from it, and move forward. Life has many seasons, and every mistake is just one fallen leaf in a forest of lessons. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more powerful life stories that remind you of the beauty of redemption, forgiveness, and hope. Your one click supports more stories like this, stories that heal, inspire, and remind us that even after our worst moments, we can still rise again.